I got a couple friends, and one of them is Giants general manager Joe Schoen, who joins us now. Joe, good morning. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm great, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Joe?
We're doing awesome, and we were just talking about how you guys met when you were with the Dolphins, and you've risen up through the ranks in the football business. Now you are the general manager of one of the premier franchises in the NFL, and you're still talking to Stugotz. So, like, at what point are you going to drop him?
Yeah, exactly. No, we had mutual friends, played a couple rounds of golf together, and hung out down there in Florida a little bit in a great neighborhood that we lived in. We had a lot of fun down there.
Joe, here's the way you drop me. You got to change your number. As long as I have your number and it's an active number, I'm going to reach out to you for favors, okay?
Yeah, I got you. It's not a bad idea. I'll consider that, actually.
Dan Uggla did that to me once, right?
Oh, real Dan Uggla, well, what a name.
Well, no, we all had his number, but he changed his number, and some of us got the alert that he changed his number, and some of us didn't. I was one who did not. Okay?
Yeah, I'll leave you off the mass text that I changed my number. I'll leave you off of that.
Well, man, if you make the playoffs again this year, then you definitely have to drop Stugotz. Like, there's no way. You're way too successful at that point, because, like, it won't be like a one-year wonder. You definitely got to drop him.
Listen,
beyond that.
I'm trying to get you and Shane out on the golf course together. Okay?
Oh, that'd be nice.
All right.
I would love that.
All right.
Do you play golf during the season, Joe? Because I know Rob Saleh, like, once the training camp starts, he does not play. But you're the GM. Do you sneak out there?
No, I don't. Yeah, pretty much put him in the garage right now and don't see him again till probably May. But yesterday was an off day, so I snuck out and played yesterday.
How dare you!
But really, once these, it's tonight being the Hall of Fame game, and once this preseason film starts to come in, it's like Groundhog's Day. Just so many players that are going to become available at the end of the month, and we got to know who those players are, whether it's practice squad, active roster guys. So we kind of bunker in, from here on out after tonight.
How mad were you at Ed Donatel, the Vikings defensive coordinator last year, for putting out that defense that made Daniel Jones have to get paid $40 million a year?
I wouldn't say that. They've got a talented roster. They won a lot of games last year, so I wouldn't say that had anything to do with that.
All right, but
are you trying to ruin my friendship
no.
with Joe Schoen?
But let's...
No. I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to our coaching staff and our players. Like Daniel played lights out up there, and I think we had a really good game plan in place, and we played him really competitive the first time. That ruined our Christmas. That was on Christmas Eve. So, but to follow it up and win a playoff game, that was. I mean, we played really well up there, and DJ played great.
But is it fair to say that game put Daniel in a different stratosphere when it came to what you had to pay him?
No. I don't think that. It was a full season evaluation. Even before that, before I got the job, evaluating him from the 2021 season, and then just being around him on a daily basis, and the coaching staff, the strides he made, the more comfortable he was in the offense, the better he was. And then again, like you look at, the different receivers that started for us a year ago, and it was a little bit of a revolving door until, I think, Darius Slayton wasn't active week one. Marcus Johnson started some games for us. Sills, we eventually got Hodgins, and Slayton came on. So some of the tight ends that we played with early in the season ended up on other teams' practice squad. So it really was a revolving door, and that's hard as a quarterback. Now, I played the position. That was Division III. It wasn't in the NFL. But when you're throwing to different receivers on a weekly basis that maybe not be on the same page as you, that's difficult. And, Daniel played at a high level last year and executed what we asked him to do. And at the end of the day, his job is to win games, and he did a good job for us last year.
Joe Schoen, Giants general manager, with us here on Boomer and Geo. Joe, how is your relationship right now, just with everything going on and all the news with the running back position? How is your relationship right now with Saquon?
Our relationship's good. Again, like when we started the first offer we sent during the bye week, Saquon came up to my office and we had a really good conversation. And I said, listen, this is the first time you've been through this. There's a business side to this. You were drafted number 2 overall. You had your 5th-year option exercise. And, now we're moving into, possible contract extensions. And this is the first time, and none of it's personal. And he understood that throughout the process. He's been up to my office a couple times since he's been back. We talk on the field and stuff. He's very mature. He's a good teammate. And he really cares about this organization. And he came in, he was in phenomenal shape, and, he looked really good out there. And it's as if, he was here all spring.
Give me a couple reasons why the running back position has been devalued across the league and the contracts are what they are right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some reasons. whether it's longevity of the position. Again, teams got to do what's best for their organization, and we have our process and data points and comps as we work through, the values for every position. And, I think, the agents have, their reasoning for, where they land at certain values for their players, again, regardless of position. And, again, teams got to do what's best for them. And again, at the end of the day, just with the Saquon deal, it was professional the entire time. At the end of the day, we just couldn't come to an agreement on, a value. And again, I said at my press conference, that, that's okay. It's okay. He's got to do what's best for him. And we understand that. And we're in a really good place right now. And we're really glad he's here.
But, Joe, he's a team guy. What's best for him was he wanted to be there on this team with his teammates, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, we came, I've got a lot of confidence in our process and how we come up with values of players. And, again, they have their process. And again, at the end of the day, it's okay if you can't come to an agreement on a value. And he's here. And again, we're in a good place, and he's a true professional, a teammate. He's very important to this organization. And again, we're just ecstatic he was here on time.
Do you guys kind of like the attention? Because we never get it. I'm a Jets fan. You know that. Okay. Do you kind of like, I think Dable, because I've gotten to know him a little bit, he must love that, hey, we're here. No one's really talking about us. Let's get down to business. Let them talk about the team over there. Do you guys kind of like that?
Yeah, we're just, again, Dave says it all the time in his press cut. We're just worried about today. We're just worried about having a good practice, getting better today, and that's truly the focus daily in the team meetings. We're talking about how we can go out and get better today and execute and improve on some of the mistakes the day before. So, again, that's always going to be our focus. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. Dayball's been in the league for 20-plus years. I've been in the league for 20-plus years, and you just know how quickly things can change. So we're going to stay humble and hungry and focused on, getting better each day.
Talking to Joe Schoen on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. Everybody talks about how New York is tough and could they handle New York, and you're coming to the Giants and all these things.
Not for Joe.
You're right. These talking points. I mean, did you feel like that when you came here down from Buffalo? Because it is a different story up there and down here. Did you feel it was different? There was pressure from the media and those things, or is that sort of a narrative that doesn't exist anymore?
No, I mean, it's definitely different than Buffalo, just in terms of, the amount of coverage the team receives. Buffalo, over my time there, they definitely started to get more national recognition. And, you come here, there's just a lot more boots on the ground, a lot more people covering the team. And, fortunate to work with somebody like Brandon Beane, who is, very good with the media and does a good job there. So leaned on him early on, and he kind of, let me know what the New York media was going to be like just from him looking at it from afar. And we've got a very good staff here. So, yeah, it comes with the territory. And, again, our job is to do what's best for the organization. And, I don't get too caught up in it because we've got a lot of talented people in this building on the coaching staff and my personnel staff. And, we focus on what's best for the team. And that's ultimately what matters.
That's the New York media, Joe, which I'm from New York, but I'm not a part of the New York media. Therefore, I can ask you this question. Have you walked around the city at all and realize with the scooters, with the bicycles, with the last thing you have to worry about is getting hit by a car, okay? Because you have to be like Neo from the Matrix to make it around Manhattan when you're walking 5 blocks. Have you noticed the scooters are a problem? Are they not, Joe Schoen?
Yeah, I have. I guess the times I've been down there, I haven't really ran into the scooter problem as much.
Right.
I don't mind driving down there. I know there's a lot of people here that I work with that are scared to death to drive down there. I don't mind driving down there, but when I walk down there, I have not noticed the scooter problem.
Yeah, no, it is a real problem.
Stay in your car.
Yeah, right.
I might be going to the wrong places, I guess.
Doors locked, windows off. Just keep moving, man. Keep moving, for the love of God. Giants fans need you, Joe. Keep moving. A couple more for Joe Schoen. If Hard Knocks came to you guys, I know this is a hypothetical, and general managers don't like hypotheticals, but if Hard Knocks came to you guys and forced you to do the show like they forced the Jets, would you guys welcome it, or would you hate it like they seem to hate it?
Well, if they forced us, we wouldn't have an option. I did it in Miami when I was with the Dolphins. We did it down there, and I thought they did a phenomenal job. That was HBO at the time. That they, in terms of being respectful, in terms of what they put out, and again, if they came to us, Dave and I would, we would work with him if we had to, but not something that ideally we want to do. And that's only the hypothetical if we were forced to. But no, that's, you just get into camp and, some of the, cutting the players or the staff meetings and some of the confidentiality of some of the information that you don't want out there. And you mentioned it earlier. We kind of like to be under the radar, and we like to continue to be under the radar. So that show kind of puts you out there front and center.
Yeah, that year the Dolphins Hard Knocks lost me money because I watched that Hard Knocks.
You bet on Hard Knocks?
No, hold on. I watched that Hard Knocks, and I saw that was the Joe Philbin year, right?
Okay.
So I watched that.
Russo was right, man.
Yeah,
that was your Vontae Davis.
Yeah, and I said, man, this team's going to be terrible. Right. I said, that team is going to be terrible. I don't believe in that coach, just based on the TV show. And then they ended up having a pretty good season. I bet the over-under in wins, bet the under, and you guys burned me. I didn't know you were there, Joe. I had no idea you existed back then. God, what a terrible bet.
You have issues, man. Joe, do you and Dable ever sit around and say, man, like, I don't want to be in the AFC. We're in the right conference here.
No. Like I said, we've both been in the league a long time. NFC, AFC, had to play against Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Where maybe this league can change so quick all the time. So, again, we're just focused on getting better daily. We trust our process. We have really good people in place, and again, just look forward to continue to progress and head in the right direction.
All right, I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios. You got to answer either Brian Daboll or Wink Martindale. All right. You got it. Are you ready?
I love this.
Stuck in an elevator.
Wink Martindale.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Why? Just out of curiosity, why?
I don't want to comment on that.
You don't want follow-ups. All right, that's fair. All right. Just answer.
We want to lay under the radar.
Okay, that's fair.
All right,
totally fair.
All right. Okay. You go on vacation with one of them.
Dayball.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
You have.
He likes to be out in the sun, have a cigar. Him and I could do that. We could hang at the beach together.
One of them has to watch your kids for the weekend.
I think I'm gonna go Wink. Wow. I'm gonna go Wink on that.
Really?
Oh my goodness! I would have never saw that coming.
Wink's got grandkids. Yeah, I'm gonna go Wink on that.
All right, you get it's your last meal, and one of these guys gets to pick the restaurant.
His only choices are these two?
Yeah, his only choices are these two.
Dayball on that one. I'm going to go Dayball.
Dayball on that one.
Dave's could eat, yeah.
All right, this is my, I think both of them probably, this is my last one. You have to go into the bathroom after one of them leaves after being in there for 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that gets back to my elevator thing, so I'm going to go Wink again. You tie it all back together.
Tie it all back together is right.
Joe, we appreciate you doing this. How do I get you, Gio, and myself on the golf course together, okay?
Well, you better call me soon while you still got my number.
I think he's changing it right after this interview.
We appreciate it, my friend. Say hi to, he's the best media relations guy in the business.
Pat
I love
Hanlon.
talking about him. Say thank you to Pat Hanlon for me, okay?
All right, we'll do. We'll do.
All right, see
guys,
you, Joe. Thanks.
All right.
That is Joe Schoen, Giants general manager.
Thanks so much for watching the video.
Please like and subscribe.
And don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when we're dropping new content.